Hey everybody, Lucas from our Liberty House here, and today we are going to go over our garden plan and introduce you guys to what our garden setup is. We've showed everybody on Instagram. It's time to show our YouTube friends kind of what we're doing, and especially we're going to go over what our planting plan for 2021 is. It's February here in Sacramento, and it's a little early, but we're excited, so let's get going. All right guys, let's kind of go over what we have here. We have 6 total large beds and then various tree boxes and different planters you'll see. And we're here in zone 9B, Sacramento. This is our second full growing season here. We actually moved from South Dakota, so we're kind of getting used to this idea of being able to year-round plant. So you'll see we've got some peas and different things going, but really this video is about our spring plan for 2021. I kind of want to just give you guys an overview of our garden setup. And the first year we were here, we really struggled with, one, bad soil, which was our fault because we didn't read the reviews on the soil we bought. And then 2, just really understanding the timing and the sunlight here. It's just totally different from the Midwest, which is a very productive but short growing season. So we're gonna learn and we're gonna share everything with you guys and keep going. So you see our 4 major beds with that arched trellis, and then our pergola kind of splits it up. And then if we come back this way, we've got our tubing composting system that we have a video about for you guys if you want to build something just like it. And then I bought these off Facebook Marketplace, like a lot of people, just some nice tree boxes we sprinkled in here. And then all the way back is our big U-shaped garden box. And we just installed this trellis this year too, which we also have a video about, so check those out. And last year this was just a flower bed, and we're actually really going to try to integrate and intermix planting with flowers and edibles to bring in more pollinators and mix it up and make everything look pretty. We also have some blueberries here, and over in the yard we have a lime tree, avocado tree we planted, and then all the way down there we just put in another garden box this year that actually gets the best winter sun, so we wanted to add that to our repertoire to try to grow year-round here in Sacramento. Alright, while we're back here, let's kind of get in detail off my super high-tech fancy graph paper sheet of what we are going to be planting in this space. And as you can see over here, we already have our garlic planted. I think we planted it late last September. Everything's looking good, and this will stay until about June. And then we're going to try to replace it with pumpkins or some sort of squash for the fall harvest. And then you see this nice big vertical trellis we've got, and this is going to be like tomato alley. We're going to put all of our large San Marzano for making pasta sauces. We're going to put some big slicers. They're like Berkeley green tie-dye, like cool looking heirloom tomatoes. And then we're going to put a cherry tomato on this end. And then in front of it, we're going to interplant basil in between every plant, and they'll kind of shade each other out and then give us a longer planting season or harvesting season for basil. And then in the front, we are going to put in all of our sweet peppers, our bell peppers. We got like a purple Merlot bell pepper, this habanada we're really excited about. That is a habanero flavor, but without the heat. So we've started all those in the greenhouse. We're going to do shishitos and then a Hungarian wax pepper. And then moving over here, we might do some more basil or some more herbs. We're going to have a globe amaranth that grew great in this space last year, so we're going to do it again here. And the bees just loved it. They attacked it. So with all of the peppers and tomatoes, we just want to draw more bees into here. And then this is probably the shadiest part of our garden in the summertime and really year round. So we're going to focus on some romaines up here and different kind of lettuces and trying to see if we can expand that growing season. We'll keep the blueberries here. All right, moving down into these 2-foot by 2-foot tree boxes we have Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes here that grew great here last year. You can see they're still in the ground, just harvest them as we go. And so they'll just grow there. You know, you have to thin them out, but you'll never get rid of them. They're just plant and never have to do it again. We're actually gonna do some turmeric and ginger up here, but looking at the temperatures, and learning more about growing those rhizomes, we decided to start them inside in pots, and then we'll move them out somewhere once it's warm. So we kind of have a couple wild card spots right now. We'll see what we want to plant. I'm sure we'll find something at the store. And then we're gonna do a green striped heirloom tomato that we got from San Diego Seed Company for free. Just showed up in our package, so we're gonna try that up here. Just a nice big slicer. It's a determinate tomato. All right, moving down this way, we've got Lisa, our improved Meyer lemon tree, who had a great year, bumper crop last year. She's looking a little tired, and we fertilized it, and it's winter here, so they're gonna look a little tired, and hopefully have another great crop of lemons that year. And then last year, this was our pepper bed, which did pretty well once we fixed the soil, and we're trying to just overwinter some of these peppers. Some people bring them inside, some people cover them. We're just gonna leave them and see what they do. If they start sprouting new green growth in the spring, we'll keep them. If not, we will replace them. And this is gonna be our hot pepper bed. So we're gonna have Thai chilies, chili de arbol, jalapenos, true habaneros, and then maybe just some other stuff we find, you know, at the nursery, or we'll fill in some other sweet peppers from our greenhouse. And then we're also going to intermix some sunflowers and some zinnias and different flowers here just to be pretty. We can see from the patio, or, you know, when we're grilling under this pergola, we've got, you know, it's just nice, not just a green pepper bed. So we'll kind of get over to the main amount of square footage we have for growing, which is over here. And, you know, on our arch trellis that we built, super easy, out of cattle panels. In this bed, we are going to grow some cucumbers up it, different like pickling and slicing cucumbers, some butternut squash, and they'll actually crawl all the way up to the top of this and start hanging down. It's kind of cool. And then some center cut squash, actually from row 7 seeds, which grow and hold like a winter squash, but they taste like a zucchini, and you can eat them with the skin on, and they get, you know, pretty long, and they're cool. Check them out. Center cut squash from row 7. And then all in here, we'll mix in more flowers, probably do some zucchini, different herbs like sage, thyme, oregano, and we'll just start filling this bed in. But really the main focus is this arch trellis with the cucumbers, the butternut squash, and the center cut squash. And then on our other side, we are also going to do tomatillos, which I'm really excited about. We're starting those in the greenhouse because they were impossible to find last year. And we'll do more butternut squashes because we like to eat them. They're great, and they'll grow up this trellis, and another center cut squash on that side. And then more, just kind of a mimic bed. We'll do more zucchini and more herbs and more flowers. And we'll just really mix it in and make this like a pretty little area. And then we built these gutter planters that turned out really well. And we've got strawberries in the top. And then we usually put flowers, like just some annual flowers. And we should actually have some trailing thyme and trailing rosemary in there, and we'll see how they come back this spring, but they're looking good. So it'll be kind of like a little herb garden. So our final bed in this main garden area with another vertical trellis, we have it full of mustard greens right now, which we've been harvesting and snacking, but we're actually letting them bolt. So we're gonna try to make our own mustard this year, kind of random, cool. Not many people have done it. We'll give it a shot, let you guys know how it goes. And really in here, the main focus on this side of the trellis is going to be yellow wax beans and green beans, just for harvesting, snacking, and we love to make those like pickled dilly beans, which are delicious to snack on all year round. And then on this side, we're going to grow ground cherries or husk cherries for the first time. They look like a tomatillo in the fact that they have a husk, but they're this tiny yellow little nightshade kind of in the tomato family, and they're supposed to be sweet, like tropical flavored. So we're going to give those a try on this side of the trellis. And then in the main portion of it will be more herbs, more flowers, sunflowers over here, dill, onions, oregano, cilantro, chamomile. Beth wants to make chamomile tea, so we're going to plant a lot of that. We're just going to fill in all of these spaces as we go. But the main focus will obviously be these trellises as we put in our things that we started in our greenhouse. So let's move over to the other side of our house where we added that bed this year and kind of go over our plan for that new spot. All right guys, so this is our master bedroom, and so it's called the master bedroom box. And this is new to this year, and really because we get such good winter sun here, and then in the summertime this gets like about 6 hours of morning sun and then all shade all afternoon as the sun sets. So we're really excited to try this bed, and right now we've got some celery and broccoli in there. I don't know if the broccoli will get to full production before we need to rip it out, but they were cheap at the nursery and we decided to start them. So the big thing over here, we are going to plant a passion fruit vine back there, and we're going to try to trellis it up the wall, and that'll be super cool. They grow great in our area, and it's just something that you don't see all the time, so we'll try that. And then, like I said, because this does get a lot of afternoon shade, we're going to try to plant some more lettuces in the corners, like some head lettuce or some butter crunch or romaines, like something that likes a little heat but doesn't will bolt if it gets too hot. And then we're going to plant a row of corn, which will also help shade the lettuces, and then some beets. And we got these really cool, they're called Badger Flame beets from Row 7 Seeds as well, and they're like bright orange. I've never seen a beet like it, so we're excited. Hopefully when it starts warming up, we'll get them in early and we'll get an early crop of spring beets. So really that is all of our growing space that we have here in Sacramento. Excited for spring. Stick with us. I'm sure we'll update like weekly on both Instagram and our YouTube about kind of what's going on in the garden. Hit that like button for us. We'll see you guys next time.